And welcome to another episode of Digging History and Honoring the Sacrifice. I am James McCormick, your host, and golly, Neds, what a great show we've got coming up today. And again, we're going to have some great footage from the field with some of your favorites with Bravo. And I've got a special guest with me, and she's sitting right under this desk right here. And I had told you about this new introduction to the team is Miss Cookie, the new German Shepherd in training service dog who is going to become a new digging partner. Now, she's a female, as you can tell, and I'm going to kind of let her get up here just a little bit. She's trying to feel her feet around. She's a little bit nervous. Oh, that's a good girl, but she's a very well-behaved German Shepherd, full-blooded German Shepherd, and we got her from Philippi, West Virginia, the site, guess what, of the first land battle of the Civil War. Isn't that right, Miss Cookie? You're coming in here from a battlefield, and you're going to be hitting a lot of battlefields with us. You and me and Bravo, we're just going to have a great old time out there with digging history and honoring the sacrifice. So let me just tell you a little something about these service dogs. They're a very loving, caring animal, but it's a very serious thing to be able to take care of a pet. Any kind of pet, whether it be a service dog, whether it be a companion dog, or whether it be a digging partner. We put a lot of love and care into taking care of our pets because they're part of our family. So, we keep her inside. She's bathed very well. We keep her up to date on all of her shots. And as you can see, she's not camera shy at all. Look at that face. She's very alert. She's looking around. She knows where she's at. And in the future, as she gets older, we hope to have her and Bravo get married and have future little digging history puppies that we hope to be able to train as service dogs and companion animals for some of you out there that have asked about digging history and also about taking out a companion animal with you. It's a serious commitment. I know that this Christmas season and all of the birthday seasons coming up, but people get a lot of pups. But they're not just something that just you take care of once and you walk away. This requires 24/7. And little Miss Cookie, like all other pets, she needs to be fed and she needs to be able to be trained to potty outside. So we've had a little bit of a difficulty with that, but she's coming right along as well. Had her out in the field one time in a short little dig. I probably will be I'll have her out in the future. I have to keep her on the leash, whereas Bravo has become so trained, he's a professional at it now, and he just goes out and he just circles around, and Bravo knows everything he needs to do. I do have some really nice footage of the two out digging around and scratching around in the dirt, so you'll enjoy that footage in this segment. But also we'll also talk a little bit about the care and what it's like to get things prepped to take not just yourself, but now I've got two of these wonderful, beautiful German Shepherds to take out here. And I know that the kennel that we got her from, I know they're going to be looking at this, so they're going to be real excited to see how well she is and how healthy that she is. Right, Miss Cookie? So, oh, she's getting bashful now. So I thought that you would enjoy this opportunity to check her out, and I'm going to kind of try to get her to stand up here. And now, there we go. She is really getting to be a professional. Go ahead and sit, baby. There you go. Good girl. Look up. Very good. Very good, Cookie. Everybody's watching you. You've got 10,000 new fans right now. So everybody, if you love Cookie, like, follow, and subscribe. And for goodness sakes, tell everybody about the great folks here at the West Virginia Library Channel, because only on here can you see Cookie and Bravo and these wonderful digging adventures. So enjoy the footage from the field, folks, and we'll be right back. Okay, digging history fans, you've been waiting for it. Here she is, little Miss Cookie, and she is going to be the newest member of the digging history team. Check her out, folks. She is ready to go. I don't know if we can handle all that pink, though. We got to get her a vest and get her ready. Right, girl? Yeah? And look at Bravo. Oh, he's just sitting back there like a toad. You know, he's so jealous right now. Check him out. Bravo, quit being so jealous. Look at that. She's in the truck. She's ready to go. I'll tell you, she is something else. Look at that pretty girl back there. Yep, we got the German Shepherd crew here. Bravo and... and Cookie, and I think he's a little bit jealous, but I think she's going to make a great member of this digging history team. Take a nap, baby girl. You're going to need your rest. Yep, you'll need it. Look at those ears perking up. She's watching. She's observant. She's going to be a classic digger fan. Look at her. We still love you, big guy. Okay, folks. Let's see if I can get this camera set up here. So, James McCormick out here with Bravo. You can see him running around, being the clown that he is. So we wanted to show you our setup today. We're down there by the river. So I got my sifter here, my backpack, my Nocta Macro. I got 2 different shovels. Because when I'm digging there by the riverbank, into the water there, I'm gonna be digging into the sand down till I hit rock, and then I'm gonna try to sift this out. Now I've seen another guy doing this here locally, so I'm gonna give a shout out to him whenever I get this loaded up. But this is also an area where they had this rumor that some guys were murdered, and they had a bunch of silver, and these guys took this silver from them and they buried it someplace. So we're in the area where it could be, you know, but who knows? You know, it's been so many years, and they've had railroads and roads and everything else. Chances of finding anything are kind of slim, but we're gonna give it a shot. So we'll be right back with more digging history. And Bravo, he's already found his stick. Showed you we found the underground homeless shelter. That thing's like a bunker up there. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Yeah, but I see a lot of junk and trash out there. I don't know if they're living in there or making meth in there or what, but it's obviously somebody's been in there. And so we got to be real careful. Bravo, you know, he sniffs this stuff out pretty good. But this is what you're looking at. But what I want to look at is stuff like this right here, where the bank is eroding, and on down the river a little piece there. If we can find like a little sandbar or something. I've got my sifter with me. Okay, there's Bravo. He's just loving it. I just got to keep him out of the river. It's cold, about 45 degrees out here. Not super cold, but it's cold enough to make it a little miserable. I got my Nocta Macro Legend, and let's just see what we can get into. We really got to watch these areas though, because you know, you might run up on dead people, drug labs, you know, everything. So come on, Bravo, get out of there. He's got a lot of energy, so we're going to try to run that off of him. So anyways, keep watching on Digging History, and we'll be watching that spot there really close. It's just crazy. Okay, all you Digging History fans out there, you want to see what we found today? Haven't done a roll-up in a while, and as you know, this is the trip that, I mean, it took me forever to get out of the woods, I'm telling you, just, So I'm going to soak this knee and this ankle tonight, and I try to slip in and walk as tall as I can, because if not, when Heather sees me hobbling around, she's going to make sure that I don't go out digging for a few days, maybe even a whole week. That would be a disaster for me. So anyways, if there was ever a trip that just screamed out, you probably should not go on this trip, it was this one. Headphones not charged. My fault. Boom. Decided to go anyways. Go up into the woods, start looking, you know, start the videotape with this camera. Camera dies. Boom. I'm like, wow, something's really weird here with that. So I just kept digging and digging and digging and just walking. Then, boom, I take the great and remarkable fall, which I wish that I would have had that camera so you could have seen it, because I have fell up here before. They say this place is haunted up here, okay? There's a lost, there's some buried silver up here. And I mean, it's a real no-joke ghost story. It was made the papers in the 1870s, and it's from a murder that occurred in like 1802. So evidently there's a bushel basket of silver buried somewhere up on this hill. I think that it's been found, or I think that it has been, it's in the river, or maybe it's buried some way where far away from here, which is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at old maps and diagrams and routes and trails, which is what I did today. So anyways, let's go over some of the finds today. Chain. Boom, set that down there. This right here is a piece of an O-ring that broke off from a logging operation there. Let me set that down there. This is a cool find. This is an ox shoe, which, you know, you don't find too many ox shoes out there, but there it is right there. That is an ox shoe. That's the first one I have found in this area, and that's definitely really, really old, probably early 1800s. Had a real, almost a heart attack whenever I pulled this thing up. And y'all are looking at about having a heart attack now, aren't you? Thinking, that's a belt buckle, a Civil War sword plate belt buckle. I don't think that's what that is. I think that that was possibly a belt buckle. But I think it was a standard worker's buckle. But I don't know. You know, I got to take a look at it. It's really old. It rang up really high, and you can see it's got the little... somewhere where there used to be a latch. I think it used to go in here, and this probably had lead in it, lead behind it, most likely. So I don't know, you know, it could be a plain early 1800s belt buckle. Definitely sit there with those two cool artifacts. Shotgun shells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see here. Let's just do 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Set those over there. And then these are some whole ones, 24, 25. Let's see here, 26, 27. Yep. All right, just 27 today. That's not too bad, huh? A couple of rifle casings, boom, boom. A really nice old 30-06 fired round. I don't think that's a 30-06 though. That actually looks more like one of those Italian Carcano rounds, which they were really long like that, so I'm not sure. Anyways, found some lead up there, some old iron junk. A really cool mason jar lid from the early 1920s, maybe even the teens. Piece of iron. I think this actually came off of an old carriage wrench. Junk, really a lot of junk. A lot of lead. I found a lot of melted lead, and look, I found this little thing up there. And then, of course, you can't never go in the woods and not find one of these, okay? So, piece of wire, I don't know. Barbed wire. Piece of cable. Piece of an old iron pot. Nail. Another shotgun shell. 29. 29 shotgun shells. Okay, this is probably one of the older bullets that I found. I am bullet poor, folks. So if you know anybody that wants to have a couple of Civil War bullets to hang up on the wall, please call me. I'd be happy to give you some of those. But I'm not going to carry them out to your house and stuff. I mean, and if you want me to mail them to you, I will. But just send me an envelope or something, okay? So P.O. Box 883, New Haven, West Virginia, 25265. Send me a big blister pack, and I'll throw you a couple bullets in there and send them back to you. If you pay the postage. There's 30. So I did hit 30 shotgun shells. And these right here, these are treacherous, man. I'm telling you, I find these all the time. But I do clean them up, and I do recycle this stuff, all of it. The iron, everything. We recycle it all. Okay, let's talk about the cool things I found. This knife. This knife is really cool because that is a classic Depression era pocket knife. Probably paid 25 cents for that knife. I think there's probably one blade, maybe two blades in that one. I'm not sure. Byron Tucker, he knows a lot about pocket knives. And here's him another pocket knife. So I save all my pocket knives that I find for my good friend, Byron Tucker. And because I know he collects them, so I throw this in like olive oil and let it soak. So I got some knives for you, old buddy. That's yours too. So I did find a wheat penny. Looks like, can't really tell the date on that thing. Look, it's roached. I'll clean it up later. I found a new quarter. Found a new dime out on the trail out there. So I'm 35 cents richer. And I got a wheat penny, and I got a cool knife for my buddy Byron Tucker. And I got a lot of stuff that has historical value, but, not a whole lot of value. But, look, I'm going to recycle it. There it is. It's good. Bravo is sitting over there. He's ready to go. You ready to go, old buddy? I think he is. Look at him. When he blinks his eyes, you know he's getting tired. You're getting tired, aren't you, old buddy? Poor old Bravo. He stays with me the whole time. When I got hurt, that dog never left my side. I'm just going to tell you, he's one of the best dogs I've ever had in my life. What do you got in your mouth, Bravo? Oh, you going to drop it like you didn't have something? Hold on a second here. Now, look here. Look here, folks. Now, oh, my goodness. There's that piece of that O-ring. Bravo. Man, you can't chew on this thing, dude. Look, that's not yours, man. We got to recycle that, dude. So anyways, I always have fun with Bravo. He is a blast. He's my buddy. There he is, up on my car now, sniffing around. Yeah, I'm just... Look, he's wagging his tail. All right, folks. We'll catch you next time on Digging History. Say bye, Bravo. He loves getting his nose pet, just like this right here. Look at that smile. Look at that German Shepherd smile right there. Come here, buddy. Show him that pretty smile. Oh, grandmother, what big ears you have. All right, folks, keep watching on Digging History. Okay, Digging History fans, I have got this wonderful display case that I put together for Vitaly at Fellman Steel down in New Haven, West Virginia. And Vitaly is the plant manager there. He's a great guy. Wonderful, wonderful organization. And they had owned some property and gave me permission. I made a whole series of videos on these items that I found. Now, obviously, I didn't find these items with my metal detector, but as most metal detectorists will tell you, that sometimes you find really cool pieces of pottery and china. And in this case, there's three really cool pieces. The face of an old porcelain doll, a teacup handle, and the bottom of a plate. As you can see, this rat tail file, I just left it in the condition. I knocked off some of the dirt and the dust and stuff. But what I didn't want to do is I didn't want to paint it or put it in a different format. I just like it in its raw form like this.
So you'll also see that I made a list of all of these items, and I went through and of course I researched these items, so I have a pretty good idea what dates they all come from. With the oldest item that I have in here, it appears to be the bottom of this china plate right here. And with the blue markings, you sometimes can find some of these plates go all the way back to the 1700s, but I believe, from what I can find, this is probably around 1840, 1845 time period. Now, this is a cool little piece, and it's smashed, and I didn't try to put it back into shape, but this is actually the top of a knife handle, or possibly one of the bayonets. Now, because I found two .58 caliber fired bullets there, and I did find some things, other things, some that I don't have displayed, that potentially could mean that there was a camp there. I highly suspect that this came off of one of the spike bayonets, probably an Enfield or a Springfield bayonet. I've looked and tried to find that specific part, and I can't find it. Over here's the newest item that I have, and this is basically a belt keeper, some sort of a strap holder, and it's bent, but it's brass, and you can tell it's been mass manufactured. But I'm going to guess somewhere around the 1900s, 1920s latest. And then washers. I did some research on washers, and you're going to find out that washers have been used for hundreds and hundreds of years, except for the locking washers. Then if you start to see a locking washer, you're going to find that those are more like after 1950. But this washer in particular, where I found some other parts off of an old wagon. So I highly suspect that this had something to do with a wagon. I'm not sure if it came off the wheel or something. I'm not sure. I don't think it's big enough to come off of the wheel itself. Then, of course, horse tack. We call that horse tack. This is a brass ring. This came off of probably a single tree or a double tree plow. Was pulled by a mule or a horse. Chain from a bridle, which is cool. This spoon is really cool. And I'm very lucky that I was able to find both pieces of that. And obviously it's been broken. These lantern parts, here's two different lantern parts. This is a larger one. This is a smaller one. This is most likely something you would see in somebody's bedroom or their house. This may have been mounted on the wall. 1850s, 1860s, something like that time period. This doll face, again, it's just kind of creepy looking, but it's cool. It's really cool. It's a piece of history. And you'll find that around home sites, you'll see lots of pieces of brass that's like this. They're called mending plates, and they were used to mend everything from buckets to crates that they would carry their tools and things in. And then this cool iron belt buckle. This is, this could definitely be from the 60s, 1870s time period. This was iron. This is brass. So that's what makes me feel that it definitely was after the Civil War time period, because that accoutrement there in the middle was made out of iron and not brass itself. And then the 1867 Indian head penny. Now, when I first found that, I thought it was 1865. Well, once I put my glasses on, I could see that it was actually, to be honest with you, I had to have my wife look at that thing, but it was 1867. So 2 years after the end of the Civil War. Still a very old artifact. And I put this together in this display case because I wanted to present this to Vitale today at Film and Steel. They're going to have a special luncheon for veterans and retirees from the plant. They're always doing things like that there. And because they gave me access to that property, so all of the cool artifacts and the great things that I found, and believe me, this is the coolest stuff that I found, I displayed it, and I want them to have it. So it's going to be a great event. I'm going to be able to hand this over, and, I even got, what detector I was using, when I found it, and then a list of everything that's in that box. So years and years from now, people will be looking at that saying, wow, all that stuff was dug up out of the ground right next to where the plant was. And it's actually kind of off-site near the office, but still very, very cool stuff. So that's what we do at Digging History and Honoring the Sacrifice as well. We work out, we create relationships with property owners and business owners, and they're very kind to us. You have to utilize a little bit of decency, and this is one of the things that you do. So look, some of these are really cool, cool items, but it's going to be so much cooler in a place where lots and lots of people are going to see it and be able to study about history. That is what we do. Take care, folks, and keep watching on Digging History and Honoring the Sacrifice. Like and subscribe to both my YouTube channel at Gun Truck LT with Digging History, and also with the West Virginia Library Channel Network.
And how did you like all those digging adventures from the field, folks? You got to see the dogs, you got to see me, you got to see all of the great things that we do out there with metal detecting at Digging History and Honoring the Sacrifice. And look, you got to see our new addition to the team. Look at her. She's got such the prettiest face. I mean, just look how pretty that pup is. And she is 100% purebred, AKC registered German Shepherd, just like Bravo. And let me tell you, I've had a lot of dogs in my life, and I have some wonderful dogs, different breeds, and they work for you. But this has been the most fantastic breed of pet, and especially service dog, that I've ever seen. You want to get down, honey? But Cookie has enjoyed this time here. She's getting a little bit tired, folks. So what we want to do now is to remind each and every one of you that you can't find anything sitting on the couch, folks. You got to get up, you got to get to digging, and you got to go find adventures. And remember, like, subscribe, and follow us on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook page, and most importantly, at the West Virginia Library Channel Network. They do such a great service for this state. They bring you so many wonderful shows, not just my show, but all of the other fantastic shows that are out there. And I would greatly appreciate it if you would like and subscribe and follow each and every one of those, because they all will teach you something about our great state of West Virginia, or in this case, about a wonderful service dog named Cookie. Have a good day, folks.